Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another Dawnless Days Siege Battle for you today, and we have a 4v3 here as we have the Dwarves facing off against their greatest rival. No, not the Orcs or of Mordor or Gundabad, but the Elves. The Elves of Lindon, Woodland Realm. We've got all sorts of them here. I think even the Meladris is here. So Elrond's brought, his army along. Yeah, Elrond's all the way over here, and I think there's another Elven army as well over here. This might be another Lindon. No, also the Elves of Lothlorien are here as well. So yes, it's going to be a proper matchup here. And yes, the Elves brought just about every single faction they can available to this battle, and so have the Dwarves. We have the Dwarves of the Iron Hills. We have Erebor. And then we also do have another Erebor army. There are only two. There only are the two Dwarven factions. But yes, it's going to be a fun one. I'm really looking forward to it. We are using the submods of The Last Breath and also Warriors of Ardor in this one. So there'll be a few new units that you won't necessarily recognize from the base game in this one, which usually come from Warriors of Ardor. And obviously, Last Breath adds the Iron Hills, which is obviously very, very useful. But yes, I'm really looking forward to seeing this one. I mean, two really strong opponents here. I mean, both sides really, really good. I mean, the Dwarves have some really thick armor, have like incredible shock. The Elves are pretty damn good shock as well, and also have some amazing bows. Dwarves now have really useful crossbows that can now arc, so I'm expecting them to be pretty dangerous. So yeah, I'm really excited to see this showdown. And we're on a great map as well. We're on Dale. So yeah, a very appropriate map, I feel like, for both these factions, because, you know, they both fought here and died fighting at the Battle of the Five Armies. So why not have them fight here against each other? I mean, the Erebor Axgars look like they are losing. I mean, they're needing archer support to sort of try and even this fight up. Noldorian swords seem like they are stronger than them. It seems if they're just left to a 1v1. Looks like we're also seeing more shock going to the wall here. Lasgarland Blades from the Woodland Realm now helping out. I just said they would probably beat the Iron Hill Warriors in a one-on-one. It's kind of hard, obviously, in a wall fight. You don't really get the full unit fighting each other. And also, the defenders usually get the benefit of being able to use their archers to support the wall fight, while the attackers can't. Yes, if you're enjoying the Lord of the Rings action and would like to see some more of it on the channel, then do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support, guys. It really does help out the channel. And if you want to send in any of your own replays as well to have them featured on the channel, like this one was sent in by a sub, then feel free to join my Discord. The link is down below in the description. It's the best place to go if you want to get involved in any sort of Dawnless Days action, or send in any of your own. Noldorian swords here from Lindon. They are getting butchered by Dwarven Barrack Guard from Erebor. Yeah, they are. I mean, they are fighting elites, and they're also getting shot up by crossbows. The crossbows are already having used quite a lot of their ammo here, as you can see. And we've got Philathrium Duelers as well fighting on the walls. I don't know if these are I think these guys might be added with Warriors of Ardor. I feel like, yeah, they don't have sword units to just Lindon apart from the Shipwright Nobles, I feel like. Yeah, they're getting killed off quite easily by Mansion Claimers. I mean, the armor difference is incredible. The Mansion Claimers are literally tanks. These Philathrium Warriors have, looks like a leather cat. They haven't even used their javies. I never really am a big fan of sending sword units with javelins over the wall first, because you're not using what they're actually there for, which is their javies. Noldorian swords going to absolutely focus down. We're going to see more Noldorian swords land on the wall as well. And really, at the moment, it's not even a 4v3, it's a 3v3, because the other army, Lothlorien, is taking his merry old time and getting it, and he's actually sending only a very small force here of some Neath infantry, which are a shock infantry. Oh, no. I was going to say, that's Neath infantry is a sword unit. The Galadriel sword warriors, I was going to say, have they changed them in Warriors of Ardor or something? I was like, have I missed something? I don't think Lothlorien has anything added with Warriors of Ardor. I'm pretty sure they just have, yeah, just like their generic sort of build. Oh, they have. I was going to say they have loads of Lasgarland, but that's not Lothlorien. That is, in fact, Woodland Realm with some archers over there. But anyway, yeah, Lothlorien is about to land. Looks like he's going to be facing off against the Iron Hills here with some Dwarven company and some Ered Mithrin veterans. But yeah, it does seem as though at the moment it's still pretty much a 3v3. The elves are attacking, going over these walls. They're not really making any progress. No artillery as well from any of the elven players I've seen. No like catapults being brought or anything like that to try and knock a hole down and make a breach, which might give them a bit more success than just going over the walls like this. We're also fighting in the gate here. We have some Lasgarland Glaives. It's a unit that is added with Warriors of Arda for Woodland Realm to get a shock infantry added. They're trying to go through the gate and they're running into pikes, if I'm correct. There's Dragon Slayers and Iron Guards waiting that side of the gate, and that is going to be one tough opponent for the elves there. I don't think they should carry on with doing what they're doing there. And they've also got Cannon Hunters at the top of the wall, jabbing them as they come in.
The enemy have rallied their units.
As you can see, it looks like the Dwarves are going to get stuck in against the elves once again. Yeah, it seems like those elves, they've kind of doomed themselves. They should really send the shock over the walls, so they're going to obviously attract a lot of crossbow fire. Probably the best place to send them is over the walls. Shock infantry will have a lot more joy there. A spear unit going over the wall like this for the Woodland Realm is definitely not going to work. Not be at least the first unit to break off the walls. Or is this spear? Oh, is this spear unit actually? Sorry, for the Iron Guards. It's the sword unit for the elves. So that will work. Swords over the walls will be fine. They've got a lot of shock still to bring in as well. Lots of Imladra shock infantry. That's good to see. We've also got Elrond with his guards of Imladra still to go in. So it looks like they have really cashed out on their shock infantry. We've got Rivendell bows, which are I think these guys are Warriors of Arda. They're kind of like a little weaker than the Noldorian bowmen. They also pretty much look the same, apart from they have no like they have like a very, very short skirt and they're just like bare legs. They don't have armor on their legs. But yeah, it does seem as though the elves are going to get beaten back here. Again, the glaives look like they're taking a lot of losses at those gates, just getting kebabbed by the pikes. I mean, any total war player worth the salt will realise you can't go through a gate which has pikes in it. But it looks like this player here is going to. He looks like he's trying to pull through. If anything, it's just costing him the unit. So I'm fine with that. It looks like we've got a similar sort of thing going on at this gate. We've got Erebor Halberdiers holding here. They haven't gone into combat. They're just letting the Iron Guards do their work. We've got Noldorian Spears, and it also looks like some Woodland Realm here supporting. Seems like the Woodland Realm's just about everywhere. Just trying to be Mr. Support. But yeah, numbers-wise, I think it's going to be pretty similar. I mean, the Dwarves have 5,100. Yeah, the Elves have 5,100. And that doesn't really matter. I would say numbers don't really matter in this one. Both sides have very elite units. They'll pretty much fight to the last man. So it's just how far they get, I guess. Obviously, if the Dwarves are able to hold the city, they're still alive by the time that the battle is over, then it's a victory for them. They've held the city. The elves need to wipe out the dwarves and also claim the city for themselves. I mean, they've got the men to do it, I guess, or the elves to do it. Even though they have an extra army, they have the same amount of men. I mean, if they drop down onto the... I mean, the Lothlorien troops should really drop down to those Dwarven company there. They'll kill those off quickly, but there's more Warriors of Arid Mithrin. They've got actually quite a lot here. Lothlorien is definitely stacked against it there. And it looks like they're going to try and go across this bridge here and maybe try and give this a go. I mean, if they just start using their archers and start shooting over the walls, whether they're in range there from that side of the river, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't, because the Elven archers are insane when it comes to range. Guys like can fire quite often, quite away. But yeah, I'd shoot these Erebor crossbows down. I'd be shooting them, just like take them out. They've got can have low missile block chance. I mean, there's also one here. It's an Iron Fortress Guardian General, the Iron Hills. That's definitely going to be a prime target for your archers. Like the Rivendell bowmen here are using up a lot of their ammo shooting at stuff on the wall, which is great, but it's going to get blocked from crenellations. Since it's not going to be a clear line of sight. Get close, shoot this Iron Fortress Guardian, make him be punished. What have we got going in there? We now have Forest Vanguard, a pike unit for the elves for the Woodland Realm. So unit must be added with Warriors of Ardor. Medium pike unit is losing. It's also getting javied from point blank range here by Khan and Hunters. So yeah, very, very nice by them. Just getting some just free kills. Yeah, it just seems like the elves are moving forward their archers a little bit, but not too much. Woodland Realm doesn't seem to have brought any pole arms, which is what he's really good at. But they brought a lot of cav. Like, they brought so much cav. We've got 2 more units over here from Linden. Like, they've got Noldor in the question, which is all well and good if they can break inside, but they've got to get a breach or claim a gate. Both look pretty unlikely at the moment. But yeah, they've got some cav here, and then they've been positioned in this forest thinking a sally out's coming. But already this gate's covered because there's a cav unit here. And you're fighting the dwarves as well. Like, the cav that they're going to send out is escort mercenaries. It's not really that scary. If I was the elves, I wouldn't have brought any cav. If the dwarves brought any cav to sally out on you, they already would have not lost, but you know, they would have been wasting their time. But yeah, it looks like they're shifting more troops over to this side now that Lothlorien is moving here. Haldir, I think, is leading the way. Yep, with the Warden of the Fences. And his infantry's pretty solid. His spears, like his Heroes of Amonlanc, are pretty decent on the attack. His shock's pretty good. The Amaroth Sentinels are pretty solid as well, the swords. And yeah, the bows usually are just unreal. They've got some great range. So yeah, Lothlorien needs to get into the fight soon and really make something happen, because no one else is really for the elves at the moment. Yeah, Iron Guard on the wall. I mean, this is going to be a tough opponent to break through. These guys have thick armor, big shields, and they have a pretty much unbreakable morale. They fight to pretty much the last dwarf. They're a unit that you want to try and get behind if you're going to try and kill them. It's pretty hard to get behind them on a wall. Good to see, though, that the crossbows are running out of ammo for Erebor, if you're rooting for the elves, that is. Because, well, yeah, they don't have... Well, they have some supply barrels. Looks like and it looks like they are resupplying, maybe. This Dwarven unit here might be resupplying. And they have another one over on that side. But, yeah, they have got a couple of supply barrels, but none on this side here. So any crossbows that run out of ammo have got a long way to go if they want to go and get any more ammo. Or they're just going straight into the action and joining the infantry fight. We've now got Eremith and veterans fighting on the wall here. A really fun unit. Looks like a Viking Huskarl, really. I do like them. And yeah, they're taking on Noldorian swordsmen. Looks like the Noldorians will win that fight if there was no crossbows getting involved as well. They are losing the fight at the moment, but it seems like in a one-on-one, maybe they do win. Yeah, I mean, they're mediums of the Eremithran veterans. I didn't realize they were medium shock infantry. I feel like they've always been like very heavy. Or heavy. But yeah, Noldorian swords, they're winning that fight. Maybe because I think because of armor class. Well, I also should say that they're winning that fight if there's no crossbows. At the moment, they're very much not winning that fight. Keep poking away, boys, with the spears. Keep these guys on the wall. Give yourself a chance of victory. What are the numbers looking like right now? 4,700 against 4,600. It's still very close. The defenders ever so slightly outnumber the attackers, but I wouldn't take too much into that. Getting the shock up here. I mean, the Dwarves just fight to the last man. These barrack guard, you know, great for like holding the walls. They'll fight to pretty much the last man. You've then got to get through every single one of them to then get off the walls. And this Asgard Blades having that issue now. They're taking a few elves with them of these Dwarven barrack guard. But if worst comes to worst, they're slowing down this assault. I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway. There's plenty of guys by the gate that can be sent up. And it actually looks like we're going to see Khan and River Guard get sent up onto the walls. Something else just ready to slow down the elves. And the elves, yeah, at the moment, on this side, definitely, I think, out of ideas on what to do. They might be able to just break through with sheer numbers. They have so many Noldorian swords here that eventually some of them are going to get off the wall or just, you know, have a fight without crossbow support for the dwarves. But we'll see. On this side here, Lothlorien, though, is still waiting. They're in a testudo formation, which is pretty cool. But yeah, they're waiting, I think, for the ram. I think they're going to use that as their way in. They're also trying to shoot the supply barrel. Are killing it a little bit, but it's not really a great target. Not a priority, I wouldn't have said to be going for. But they also could be just shooting the Iron Hill Warrior, which, to be fair, a good portion of the unit has its back to the wall. That's a very good, easy way to get back shots there. But yeah, I wouldn't be shooting that supply barrel if that's what they're aiming for. It's just wasting a lot of ammo. Just land a tower there, you'll take out the supply barrel quite easily. Yep, they did just waste a volley on just shooting the supply barrel. Well, I guess at least they got it in the second volley, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. It might have already resupplied its maximum amount of times. I'm not sure. Definitely has been crossbow units sitting about it. I think the player that's had the worst time so far is Lyndon. There's still a lot of troops here. Lyndon, yeah, is sort of sitting back now. He's just waiting. Looks like he's going to just wait until maybe some of the other players have pushed in a little bit more. And then he's got some decent units like Noldoran Nobles. We've actually got some Woodland Realms troops here as well. We've got Guardians of the High King. It's a elite shock infantry and very heavy. It's like basically a shipwright noble with a double-handed sword. That's another Warriors of Ardor unit. But yeah, they're, I mean, it's a vulnerable general to have, I was going to say. It's a 65-man unit, and it will be a vulnerable unit to send in against the Dwarves, because they'll just focus it down with crossbows if they get the chance. And Noldoran in question here, I don't know what they're doing, but just attracting archer fire and archer fire from the towers. Still waiting for the flag to drop and the assault to begin here as... it looks like, I mean, it should happen anytime soon. Like, Lothlorien has just knocked down the gates. And he's going to be meted by some Dragon Slayers and Carden River Guard. And so, I mean, again, you don't really want to go through that gate. You want to try and... They want to try and position their archers so they can get side shots into the gate, really make that a real problem. Also, I mean, they've got Twilight Guard here. Just shoot the arrow crossbows. They're already slightly weakened, actually. So their HP will be down. That's the sort of unit you want to hit. And Dwarven Barrack Guard landing on the walls. That's another unit you'd really want to try and hit with your archers. I mean, this one a bit more difficult to hit, but there's some guys looking the wrong way. Yeah, Lothlorien needs to make sure he really uses his archers. He's got some of the Woodland Realms archers here as well supporting him, so he needs to really take advantage there. I mean, on the other side here, you can see Imladris is already out of ammo. He's setting his archers over the wall to get massacred by shock infantry. Edmith from Veterans here getting chopping through these archers, or should I say hammering through them. They've got massive hammers. Yes, these lower tier archers are really starting to feel the pain. Crossbows now on the wall for some reason for the Dwarves. Well, that was a mistake, but they've got a crossbows up here with a lot of ammo left. I mean, the Iron Fortress Guardians are pretty decent in melee. They are fighting Lords of Asgard, which are also a pretty decent melee bow unit. So I think the Iron Fortress Guardians look like they're winning this one at the moment. I would get them off the wall. There's no need for them to be up there. Unless they're wanting to get mounted up on the wall. I mean, I just mount them up by the gate, really. Because really, the elves could just send more units over the wall and make it a real problem for the Iron Fortress Guardians to just stay up there and not be molested by infantry as it lands. And yeah, here we go. I think Lothlorien has finally landed. They're losing in melee, but they also are killing a lot of these Dwarven Barrack Guard by looks. This was a full unit, I'm pretty sure, not too long ago. It's already lost a lot of dwarves. yeah, there's a small knot of elves there on the wall, trying to use their big swords to carve a path to allow more elves to climb up onto the wall. They've got all their archers set up doing something. I'm not sure exactly what. I mean, you could shoot the Khanan hunters, but they're nearly out of ammo anyway. I wouldn't say that was a great target. There are also crossbows here that are really making the difference. These are the guys you need to be trying to focus down. Win that archer fight as the elves, and you got yourself a really good fight. A really good chance of victory. And they are also attacking on this side over here. The Naeth infantry here, yeah, really aren't going to break through. They are going to fight it very tough, even against Dwarven Company. It's a spear unit trying to fight over a wall. Spears just inferior to swords in Dawnless days. And it looks like Galadrim Sword Warriors are about to go over the wall. It looks like they're going to be sent in to, try and give themselves a chance. I mean, they're winning okay, well, giving themselves a decent chance. Dwarven Company here are losing against them, but I think the Warriors Varied Mithrin might be evening up that fight just a little bit. But yeah, Lothlorn is, arriving now, is starting to put a bit more pressure on the Dwarves. Whether they should have attacked all at once. Looks good to see they are shooting down these crossbows. Get rid of these guys. It's the perfect thing to do. Just mass your archers and just focus these guys out. I mean, the crossbows just don't break. Look at that. Down to 28 dwarves, and they still aren't breaking. Use of a lot of ammo just trying to kill one arrow crossbow. We could hit some of the other ones as well. Give it a go. See, just try and weaken them. I mean, now with crossbows being able to arc in Dawnless days, it's going to make the Dwarves one of the strongest factions once again. They couldn't win in a range fight before. Like, you just easily could kill them with, like, Mordor bow rabble. Because the Dwarves either wouldn't bring range or they just bring, like, javelins. Just for, like, anti-troll. And they would, like, the only arcable units, like missile units they could bring. Now that the crossbows can arc, it will allow the Dwarves to be a bit more versatile in their range units that they bring. And you might see a lot more Dwarven play, like, games. As players like to play them a bit more. The elves still battering away here. They're not giving up. I'll credit the elves there. But I mean, at the same time, they aren't doing anything different. They're just still going over the wall. I mean, they don't have much other option. The equipment they brought doesn't really allow them to do anything else other than that. I mean, again, here, look, there's Terrible Axe Warriors. These guys, I think, have fought in the wall for quite a while. They're killing off Rivendell bows, unless these are fresh ones, which they might be. Dwarven Barrack Guard coming up as well. Still fighting in the gate. I don't know why the elves keep sending guys through this gate. It's just not worth it. There's Iron Guard here, there's pikes here. Like, seriously, guys, you're dying in this gate for nothing.
They're trying to take out our general. Defend him.
But yeah, a gate fight, never take it, especially against dwarves.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
It's exactly what they want, is you to fight against. I mean, it's a small unit that is required to defend the gate. And they could hold it with those 83 Iron Guard, they're not going anywhere. You could just, yeah, put an Iron Guard in the gate, and that's goodbye any hopes of getting through the gate. That's exactly what the Dwarves did in just about every single gate, actually. There's Khanan Hunters in that one. Or Khanan River Guard, sorry, not Hunters. It won't make a difference, they're pretty solid themselves. And they're fighting against the Admiral Sentinels here. A good sword unit, but it won't be enough to break through. Like, I already rate this unit as a sword. It's pretty cheap, and also it's an Elven unit, so it fights it pretty low on manpower left. And also it's got decent stats, to be honest. It's not too bad. They can't break through here. They seem like they're having some success. The river guards, well, actually, I was going to say that they look like they're dropping, but literally one has died, 2 now. So yeah, actually, I take it back. They are really struggling to get through there. The Admiral Sentinels will do. They've got halberds out. They're bringing more guys over here, and they've actually managed to push the elves off the wall on this side here, of the dwarves. Not yet on this side, but the Mansion claimers look like they're getting to it. Yeah, Lothlorian's still having about as much luck as the other players, really, at the moment, trying to get through. Whether he sends up Heroes of Ammon Lank, I mean, they have pretty good armor, decent melee stats, but it is again, like I said, it's a spear that's going to be going over a wall. You're not exactly making great pushes, but they might be able to hold the wall because they've got such great armor. Yeah, Lothlorien, he's still yet to make progress himself. It looks like Thorin the Third might be about to go in. Oh, it's a Tomb Sentinel. Oh, they changed his bodyguard in Warriors Vada. I kind of like that. I don't know if I didn't really like it as the Arid Mithrin. I think it's Arid Mithrin Warriors, isn't it? Wasn't a big fan of that. But yeah, it's Tomb Sentinel. There's a really good unit. They'll struggle to get through that. Will the elves? I don't know who else we've got as generals. Actually, I think we've got Balin as well. No one decided to bring like Gimli or Dane. I guess this one with sword units. Yes.
I will not go to my death quiet.
He's not going to his death quietly. Well, it's fine because the elves are still waiting patiently to come back in. Lyndon yet to really move. After that first assault and all of these elven losses taken, he's like, yeah, I'm not going back in just yet. On this side here, it's been non-stop action. Again, the elves have been repulsed, but they are now landing a lot more forces over on this side here. It looks like that Iron Guard's nearly dead. It's finally nearly seen enough action to be like, all right, we're gonna have to hang up the spears, call it a day.
Their units.
Stop them taking the wall, men! Throw them back!
Yeah, they're still trying to fight on these walls. I mean, they actually need to give them in the attack order here, these Noldorian swords, to attack. Otherwise, they're not going to do it themselves. And it looks like Imladris is about to send up the guards of Imladris, and so he's getting pretty low on reserves at this point. Numbers-wise, 3,300 defenders against 3,000 attackers. The gap widens. It's like no dwarves left on the spot. Literally, like, there's 11 mansion claimers left holding that wall. Apart from that, there's not much left that's actually on the walls. And it actually looks like the elves are trying to get off it early. The Admiral Sentinels down here getting impaled by halberds. Good old shish kebab. Of course, there's more Iron Guards and Tomb Sentinels going in. They've got ample units to go in there and make sure that no one breaks off that wall. I mean, this is the thing, though. I mean, they're now going to defend the bottom of the wall. It doesn't really take a lot of skill to do, but I guess it is what it is. But I mean, they could definitely push back and take the walls, I think, as well. They have still have troops on the walls, these Iron Hill warriors, and also the Dwarven Barrack Guard. I mean, they could also just send up some of the units that are at the bottom of the wall here, like the Iron Guards and also these Cannon Hunters, and probably reclaim the walls themselves anyway with a bit of a counter-offensive. I hope they do. I hope they don't, the Dwarves don't just go, we're just going to sit here, and the Elves can be like, well, we're just going to sit here as well. And we see no fighting, but looks like that's not going to be the case. Looks like the Dwarves on this side certainly are trying to reclaim the walls. Hard to get an angle on these walls, but we've got one. And the Elves aren't giving up. They're sending up the Guards and Ladras now. Like I said, sending in those elites. Clearing out the elites of the Dwarves, and the Dwarven Barrack Guards starting to get chopped down.
Men are broken and are fleeing.
But yeah, there you go. They managed to clear out that bit of the wall there, have the Guards and Ladras. There's still Iron Guards in the wall that have got to be dealt with. But they could actually get off the wall and fight some airborne crossbows, potentially. Try and get themselves a breach. Or like get a way off, which I think is what Ladras could do and needs to do. There aren't many Dwarves actually inside the city. They're mostly all trapped on the walls doing stuff. So if they could get off the walls, and the Dwarves have got nothing like to counter with like cav-wise to like hit you in the streets, I just get off the walls. You can, but Ereble's already read my mind, and he's sending his crossbows with no ammo onto the wall. I mean, they should still get killed off by these Guards from Ladras, but it might just delay them doing that and allow another Dwarven unit to come over and support.
A whole unit has been destroyed.
Yeah, the Iron Guard doing a great job. Proving that, spears on the defense of the wall are okay. I mean, if it's an Iron Guard unit, they'll do well anyway. These guys are just absolute nutcases to try and break through. And they're winning in that fight as well. Incredible. Against Shock, which is supposed to do well against spears.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
But yeah, the Iron Guard are very much an exception. I don't think anything technically betters them in melee. It's just the amount. It's just how many enemies can they take on. That's usually what it is. It's 2 Sentinels now on the wall. They look like the old Tomb Wardens, if you're aware of those. If you're from the OG period of Dawnless Days, or as it was called, Rise of Mordor then. Feels like a lifetime ago since it was called that.
And are running for their lives.
They're fighting on the walls now. They're fighting Lothlorien. Thorin Stonehelm doing his bit. I feel like we should have got Thorin Oakenshield as well in the update. If they could add Stonehelm, which I understand it, like a bit more Lord of the Rings, like the period they're aiming for. But like we could have, I feel like we should have Thorin. We have Dane from the Battle of the Five Armies. Like we have Dane for the Battle of Dale, and then Dane younger Dane for the Five Armies. I feel like we could have Thorin as well. But what is this? What is this? We've got Twilight Guard with ammo going into melee, and they're getting impaled on pikes. Why? We've just seen this has not worked elsewhere. We're going up against Dragon Slayers and Carden River Guard. It will not work. They will not get through this gate. That is ridiculous. What are they doing? What are they doing? Over on this side, Lothlorien, it looks like, I imagine they were going to get defeat here, Lothlorien. They sent 4 units up. The Dwarves had at least 4 here themselves, and they could easily shift stuff back. So yeah, nicely done there by the Dwarves. Linden, still waiting. We're still waiting on Linden to make a decision on where they're going in. And there you go. The crossbows have managed to get up on the wall and they've slowed down the elves, and we've got Iron Guard now arriving here. Once you send up Iron Guard, there's no hope of ever getting off that wall. Yeah, the crossbows here, they're doing okay. Their armor's actually okay, I think, for the arrow crossbows. So I imagine that they might be okay in a melee fight. If it wasn't against shock infantry, they'd be okay, I think. Late game, especially, when like units are pretty weak. A fairly well-armored, healthy crossbow, I feel like could do some damage. The Iron Fortress Guardian General is out of ammo, and he is looking like he's going to go onto the wall. This crossbow here is still with ammo that I'd be using first, or saving it for Elrond or something like that. But yeah, they're very short on troops here of the elves. They've made no real progress. The Forest Vanguard actually, I think, fell back and is being kept in reserve now, maybe for another assault on the gate, but it's not going to work, I don't think. And the elves have definitely pulled through. They've pulled through off the wall to get past this Iron Guard here, and now to attack the gate. That is very cheeky from the elves. It's a very elvish thing to do, you know, just, you know, cheat the system. But yeah, there you go. They've done that. We'll see whether they can make anything of that. Stonehelm actually is kind of dying, actually. He's low on men left. Whether Haldir could focus him down, I feel like that's a good target. And we also got crossbows with a lot of ammo. 56 airborne crossbows with like probably 3/4 of their ammo left. They're in melee. Why? I think the players realise now he's got them out of there. He's still lost a lot, I imagine. I'm now seeing a retreat of all the Elven archers and the spears. There's Heroes of Amon Lank, yeah, healthy units of Heroes of Amon Lank that just got sent in. Weren't making any progress at all against the Dragon Slayers. They're exhausted, granted, but not doing anything other than just, yeah, providing these guys with kills. You've got to shoot them. You didn't even have any hope of killing them. And the elves look like they've done it twice, maybe. I don't know. There's a unit marker here, but I don't know if the unit's off the wall. There we go. Shock infantry fighting off against Iron Guard. Again, though, crossbows coming into support. They'll start to snatch away any of these shock infantry that get too close to the edge of the wall. There you go, finally Iron Guard are starting to lose. It's taken probably a couple of units of elves though. And there's 47 of them left, they're losing decisively now. And yeah, it looks like crossbows coming off the wall as well, going onto the wall. I don't know if they're going on or coming off, but I think they're trying to get onto it because they've got ammo. I think they want to try and shoot the pikes as they come through the gate. The elves are doing a little bit of a sneaky move here, and it's all because of that little pull through there by the guards of Ladrin. It's distracting the dwarves here, and the pikes of the Wooden Realm are going to try and get in and try and take advantage of that, try and get some rear pokes. Poorly armored, they're probably still getting focused down by the towers. Whether they can break through the gate, you can see all the cows massing here. They're trying to get ready for, hopefully, for a breakthrough. And the Dragon Slayers are losing, but it's just Iron Fortress Guardians that can go in. There's an Arable Halberd there. They'll send in other stuff to probably block that gate. I can't imagine they'll just give it up all of a sudden and allow the cab to go rampage. Here's of Amonlang again attempting a push through the gate. Again, seem like they're failing. Not really any progress movement. Stonehelm is dying though. I think he's dying on the wall. He is fighting Heroes of Amonlang. I can't see him. He's not dead, is he? There we go. I think he has just died. Yeah. Thorin Stonehelm is dead. That might start around one of the Erebor armies here. Who's, yeah, this one in yellow here. They might start to go. We'll have to keep an eye on them. Dwarven morale is okay, but with some of these units are very exhausted, very depleted, and with no general, that might be the killing blow. Iron Guards there looking like they're about to give in.
Down their weapons and are fleeing.
The Dragon Slayers, I was going to say, still hold the gate, but they don't really. And now would be the time. The elves could get their cav in if they wanted to. There's a big gap in the gate, I was going to say. But that looks like it's about to get filled up now by Iron Fortress Guardians. But now there was a chance to get the cav in. And then once the cav was in, I don't know if the Dwarves could stop it so easily. Oh, I don't know. Maybe that'll be it. Maybe that was the time. We'll have to see. Still, they try to push for these gates. I just don't think it's worth it. Here's of Amonlang, they're losing here. Pinned by the wall. There's nowhere to run. They quite literally have their back up against the wall. It's time to die. Fight or die. As look, it's going too well. They need to use whatever ammo they have left now to try and maybe focus down the pikes, or just try and even up some of these other fights as well. I don't know why these two are just stood here looking at each other. These archers probably also need to start firing. And yeah, we now have gate wardens on the wall, so it's the last throw of the dice for the Woodland Realm on this flank. They do have forces on other flanks, but they are throwing in their general. Has Lyndon gone back in? Lyndon has gone back in, and he's got a breach through the gate. Or at least it looked like he had. Yeah, it looked like the gate was kind of open and good to go. Again, it just seems like Lyndon's getting absolutely massacred. He's had no joy. He's not got anywhere. His pole arms down here, they're just waiting, getting shot up for free. Yeah, it's a rough fight for Lyndon. He's not had a great day in the office at all. Lyndon's actually sent troops over here. That's how desperate he got. He said, oh, it's not even infantry, it's his cav. He's dismounted his cavalry and sent them into battle. He just thinks that I'm not going to get them in through the gate, so we're going to use them over the wall. Don't blame him. I mean, I don't know. I maybe would have kept some of them mounted. Because you never know. Dwarves might give up a gate. And the Elven Cav's the fastest cav around. They might have then just thought they might have been able to rush over and capture the gate or get through it before Dwarves look back to reman it. But it's hard to say. Hard to say. Yeah, more fresh iron guards on the wall. It's just Elves' worst nightmare. It really is. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I mean, the gates, it's not open, but there is just crossbows defending it at the moment, waiting. So, I mean, those Elven Cav could give it a go on a charge. That might be worth a go. Oh, and how the heck have they got in? Have they broken through? They have indeed. Lothlorien has actually broken off the walls and got in. At least on one side, and he's really making a push with his spears for the cap point. It is undefended. It's definitely a viable strategy. He needs another unit, though, to really go in that direction so they can sort of block off both entries. And the Heroes of Amallanc are the sort of units you want to have to try and hold that choke point. They need to get yet another unit off there. Haldir on the wall with his ammo could be quite useful to machine gun down the last units, but it looks like he's coming off as well. Whether he's going to make a dash for the cap point. But yeah, now it is a bit of a race against time. Can the Dwarves get back to their cap point, defend it before the Elves get there first and capture it themselves? Start the timer. As Pike's finally being surrounded, the Elves can get their vengeance on them. So many of their brothers they've known for thousands of years shish kebabbed in a second.
Enemy units have rallied and returned to the battle.
Whether this rush... Oh, he's changed his mind. The Heroes of Amallanc have changed their mind. That might cost them. Whether they think they can get this halberd unit here. So they might be able to. I think they're going to try and maybe pin it and then shoot with Haldir? No, maybe not. What are they doing? Why are they coming back? I think they gave away a great opportunity there. That's a shame. That's a real shame. What are the Heroes of Amallanc doing? They're looking the wrong way. And there you go. I don't know what the plan was there. I don't think either side wanted to have that fight, really. I think the polearms want to fight Haldir. Yeah, and they're trying to. There you go. They're going in now for him. Bit cheeky, and because they pulled out of combat, they are losing while fighting the Heroes of Amallanc. And I think Haldir's units are okay in melee. They're not really fighting. What are they doing? Oh, they're just pulling through. I wonder whether the replay is desynced a little bit, because I feel like that's a very clear pull through. I don't think they would have done that just to try and hold the gate. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they would have done that. And yeah, they're now blocking Lord's Last Garland. It's like it doesn't seem like they. I wonder, whether there's been just a little bit of a desync. I don't know. We'll have a look. There's a lot of units here for the elves who stood outside. I mean, in fairness though, Lyndon doing this could make sense, just waiting for the opportunity. I'm not sure about this Noldor Noble. But yeah, maybe the replays ever so slightly desynced. Does seem like no one's really doing too much now. So I might just fast forward a little bit, see whether we get an end result. We might not. I don't know. There you go. The halberdiers did get routed anyway. But I have a feeling that maybe it's just ever so slightly desynced. Whether I got the mod order the wrong way around, and they did say Last Breath and then also Warriors of Ardor, so I presume it's in that order. Whether there's been an update to one of them since this replay was sent to me, it's also quite possible. There you go, the Dwarves break? No, they just are retreating, and they're retreating through the Elves. Yeah, I have a feeling that the replay might be slightly bugged because these Iron Guards are just, getting themselves killed pulling through. And no sane player would do that.
The whole unit has been destroyed.
And yeah, they're just fighting to the death now against Lords of Lasgarland. Still have ammo, to be fair. They still have... If it actually came to a crunch, the elves still had ammo to use against the dwarves. I don't know if the dwarves really had any. We've still got a shock infantry general. Oh, it's the Linden general who's gone in. I want to see these Guardians of the High King in action. Oh, they've fallen back. What cowards! Come back! Got an Iron Guard to kill. I imagine if it's a 65-man unit, it's going to be pretty damn insane. Like, it's going to have incredible stats. Like, it's a tiny little unit for a general. You could kill that in theory in one charge. It's a very vulnerable unit. Like, one cap charge, that could be annihilated. Yeah, Iron Guard surrounded now. Getting pushed back from the gates. I think on this side here, looks like... actually, they are still doing stuff. Still getting off the wall. Guards and Ladris. I mean, there's elves on the wall, like elven cavalry on the wall, but yeah, not like actually much of the way going on. Yeah, I think the elves I think they didn't attack as one to start with. Lothlorien was late to the party. And I think they could have done with bringing some artillery. That would have been a good way. I think then they could have maybe stretched the defenders a little bit more. Those dwarves, just had to fight on the walls. The dwarves probably prefer to fight on the walls. Works for them. It looks like they're sending stuff maybe back towards the other gate over here, I think, because they're worried about Lothlorien breaking through. So yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it looks like they have pretty much dealt with INVADES and with the Woodland Realm. Just fast forward a little bit more. See whether we get a replay, like a end result. We'll see. Guards and Ladris still struggling on here in this fight. Absolute chance, yeah. I guess they might have said in that combat. I think going onto the wall. Why the halberdiers did that, I don't know. Whether they didn't mean to. Very odd behaviour, I'll admit, from the dwarves there. I mean, they're just giving kills to the guards and Ladris there, running past them. And there you go. Yeah, the elves have just to get off that wall. They've had to pull through dwarves.
The men are losing hope.
I have a feeling that maybe this replay is ever so slightly bugged. Also, the gate is open, and I was going to say, yeah, Noldorian horsemen here can just come straight through. Easy stuff. Just have to be patient. Now they can go and run amok if they wanted to, but I don't know how much joy they're really going to get. And they're also just going to stand here, like I said, because I think the replay is ever so slightly busted. But then you can see the dwarves fallen back. So I think in the actual replay they had prepared. They had given up the gates and like, yeah, we're just going to defend here. What's the cap going to do? It can't break through spears and pole arms. We'll let them have the gates. But yeah, you can see the Lothlorien's kind of broken through and he's not doing anything now. So yeah, the replay's absolutely busted. So I think I will see whether we get any end results. But if we don't, this one was sent in by Gonzalo Reves, who was playing as one of the Erebor armies. So thank you very much for sending it in, man. It's very much appreciated. You can see the Guardians of the High King here. They're getting destroyed. Are they just trying to cycle charge, trying to get the best sort of charge available? I think they are. The pole arm's dying here as well. And they're also running out. Just giving kills to the Iron Guards. Ugh. Yeah, it's an okay one. I mean, it's obviously hard to...
There you
go, enemy general dead. I was going to say, is that Elrond? But it's not, it's the Gate Wardens. It's obviously hard. It's a bit of a shame when a replay at the end kind of just breaks, so you just don't really know what exactly happened. But it does seem like it was quite a close one. I mean, balance of power is pretty even. Elves have 700 left. Dwarves have just over 1,000. So, yeah, I mean, it's still close, but it does look like the Dwarves were going to go on and win it. They just seem like they had the right positions, and the Elves have a lot of cav left, and even if they're not mounted, there's just a lot of the units of dismounted cavalrymen. So, not exactly the units you want, but they did have ammo left, so they could have maybe used from Lothlorien to maybe focus down some of these pole arms. But yeah, it would have been interesting to see how it finished. But thank you for sending it in anyway. It's always good to see a good old Elven versus Dwarven clash. And yeah, hopefully we get some more soon. But yeah, you can see here, look at the blood and so many people dead and dying at this this gate. Lothlorien captured it, but at what cost? And there you go, a close defeat. We'll end the replay and see if we get any end results. No, we didn't. Yeah, it's just 0 across the board. So yeah, this was sent in by Nuno Reves, who was playing as one of the Erebor armies. So thank you very much, man, for sending this one in. Well done to Egg and to Ekik, Argon, Banana, Schutz, and Swaggy. I don't know who won. I presume maybe the Dwarves. I'm not sure. If Gonzalez and usually it'll probably be the victor, that usually sends it in. But yeah, well done to everyone that took part. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the replay. Do check out some of the other ones on your screen now. There's some epic ones there. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.